WWE loses a major free agent to AEW, plus an ex-AEW star makes a surprise wrestling return, and The Rock's WrestleMania 40 match may have been revealed. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Have I got a coin with me, Ross?
I don't know. Have you got a coin with you?
I think I have got a coin with me.
In 2024, this age of digital money?
I know, right, mate? Cashless society, but I'm glad I've got it because... Okada news.
We're doing the Emmerdale theme for some reason, Tom.
Says he joined Emmerdale. So, Kazuchika Okada had a banger last night with old rival Tanahashi. He's got 2 more shows left in New Japan, but it looks as if, according to Fightful, he has made his decision.
Yes, it is a bidding war of 2024, not the bidding war of 2024, but Fightful has learned that Okada has made his decision, and it is All Elite Wrestling. He's left New Japan Pro Wrestling. Fightful are told that the deal was effectively agreed in the last couple of weeks, but they haven't confirmed that a pen has been put to paper. As they're told, it's been finalised as we're sat here right now. AEW has been confident that they'd land him for the last several weeks, and even as far back as mid-January.
It's been a lot of creative already thrown around for Okada, according to Fightful. So, this is how confident that AEW were they were going to snag him. You know what? I think we were confident that they were going to snag him as well.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. If you're Okada as well, if you want to have the vision that you've been for the past however many years, just continue on. I think AEW is the safer bet because all thoughts are if he goes to WWE, they're going to try and WWEify him in some way.
From what I glean in terms of the back and forth between the two, we'll get onto that in just a second. Obviously, AEW offered more agency on his character, and the possibility to dip back to New Japan obviously is there as well. He knows how AEW runs, but I think the big selling point for WWE was, we'll give you a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all our notes. Come and have a WrestleMania moment with us. And then who knows what else. WWE talent, according to Fightful sources, say the talent that we spoke to in Las Vegas did claim that there were talks between Okada and WWE, which is something that we've heard for a few months now. WWE continue to deny that, but we have heard from WWE talent who noted that Okada was weighing up the pros and cons of heading to WWE compared to AEW. And in the end, we're told that AEW was very confident in their offer to Okada.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny now if Griff Garrison was like a student at an AEW university and then Okada was brought in as like the foreign exchange student at that university, call it like, Griff U, something like that.
I love that. And I love that. Kazuchika Okada in Chase U. Now, unfortunately, that dream was merely just that, a dream. There was some speculation that Okada was off to WWE to do NXT, but that rumor has been killed. That theory has been debunked as just a flight of fancy, it seems, from some reporters.
What could have been?
I know, right?
It's such a shame.
But I think AEW's probably was always going to be the right call for Okada.
He's dipped his toe in there a few times now. It just seems to make all the sense in the world, and it just feels like he's a better fit for that sort of man. I know he does the sports entertainment stuff very well when he was losing his marbles a few years ago with his red hair and whatnot, but it just feels like a better fit in AEW, doesn't it, for Okada?
It's no surprise there, but here's a surprise from Chicago at Freelance Wrestling. Isaiah Velasquez had an open challenge that was answered by his better half, Kylie Ray.
Smiley Kylie Ray.
She's back, baby.
She is back, yeah. But in the news recently as well for stuff, can we say what it is on the news video about being demonetized? I assume we can.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few things doing the rounds regarding Kylie Ray, but to focus on this particular bit, Ray back in Chicago at Freelance Wrestling. She looked great in there, great ovation for her. She took some time away for personal reasons, and she had her first child while she was away.
Well done.
Yeah, well done on doing the birth. It was wonderful news. Also on that same show, Danhausen popped up and chased off Frank the Clown.
He broke the room, so he did, because the roof came off and just the walls and just went like that, just on the floor. So yeah, he got a loud reaction, didn't he?
He's so popular on the indie circuit, and it's one of them where there's a lot of frustration with why AEW aren't truly biting on Danhausen, despite the fact that he's under contract with them. Like, you could be doing more with it.
It is weird what translates from the indies to TV and vice versa, because like Danhausen and AEW, it feels like there's a core audience there for him, but the wider reach and not everyone in the arena sort of in on the gag, it feels like when he's on AEW.
Yeah, it's so you think it may be more a gimmick for a wider selection of indie promotions? Yes, I think so.
Or just tap into a different way in AEW, who knows?
Do it in a different way in AEW, that might be the way to do it.
Spitballing it, Tom.
There's been a lot of wild and woolly things happening in wrestling over the last couple of weeks, one of which being the press event from Vegas.
Boo. I'm playing the heel. Boo. I'm playing the heel. Did you see that on Twitter over the weekend?
I did indeed.
Dwayne debunking that fraud Twitter account.
Oh, that was ridiculous. I'm glad he piped up and said something on that one, because that made me rather angry. But he was, of course, on Twitter talking about the press event himself. On his Instagram, he said, "It's been decades since pro wrestling has been buzzing like this for WrestleMania." It's been a year.
It's good to say.
It was pretty buzzy last year. Just because you're not there, mate, don't mean no one's watching.
Just because you're not paying attention doesn't mean the rest of the world isn't paying attention.
It's like, I've just discovered In-N-Out Burger. No, you haven't, mate. This has become rare air that we're all breathing. It's very effing cool and exciting for us as wrestlers, our company, and most importantly, all our fans. Your hero effed around and he found out quick what happens when you talk about our family when disrespected.
That's what Dwayne did to Cody's face.
Well, lines were crossed and blurred. Bring it. We don't toe the mark for no one. Road to WrestleMania begins.
Oh, and it still is not a clear road to WrestleMania. We know that the 4 people are involved in the main eventy scene, but what are the main events of each night going to be, Tom Campbell?
Well, that is a very good question. One that we've maybe got a better idea of after the WrestleMania commercial premiered yesterday.
Lovely, moody. It reminded me of that film Tron. I've never seen it. I've never seen the film Tron, but I've seen the ride at Disneyland, and the look of the advert that Cody, Seth Rollins, Roman and Dwayne were involved in, it reminded me of Tron.
And that bit where Rock was on the motorbike going around, just like Tron. And it was in the middle of Tron that we saw this showdown with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins on one side and Rock and Roman Reigns on the other. What an interesting foursome there. A lot of people have led this to the speculation that The Rock's match for WrestleMania is going to be a tag team match.
It certainly looks that way, because it's not going to happen in Australia. We've had this debunked by Dave Meltzer in last week's Wrestling Observer newsletter, so that would appear to be the fact that on night one we'll have that tag team match, then somehow Cody makes it through that. Do you reckon he loses that tag team match just to, sow the seeds of doubt, and then he brings it all home on night 2?
Do you reckon? Yeah. I mean, there's potentially something in that. I was worried that it might be Seth taking the pin if they do it. With Drew getting involved, and then night 2 you could do Seth versus Drew.
Yes.
Because I don't want Seth to just have that tag match at WrestleMania. I mean, obviously you've got the men's elimination chamber match, which will determine his opponent for WrestleMania. Seth could work twice. Roman can work twice. Cody can work twice.
Yeah.
Rock can work once.
He can work half a match.
Rock can do a hot tag and get food for a bit. Potentially that will be the way it goes. It's one that we'll keep an eye on this rocky road to WrestleMania.
I'd love to be edged by Triple H, wouldn't you? Because the way he's handled this storyline, I know what you're talking about, kids. The way he's handled this storyline and just the directions it could go, he's given away a little bit, it could go a different direction. It's been great. After SmackDown ended and the dust settled, that horrible SmackDown, it was quite traumatizing to watch, thinking, oh no, he's giving it to Dwayne when it should be Cody's. But now, as we're sat here over a week later, he's done well as Papa H, hasn't he?
He has done very well indeed in edging us all. You edgelord, you. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay edging. Love you, bye.